Yeah, thank you very much. Today, I would like to introduce you to our company, Advanced Blockchain. Since our formation in 2017, we have positioned ourselves as an established partner and investor in the blockchain industry, making more than 30 investments in tier 1 blockchain protocols and developing our own in-house incubations. Later, I will tell you how we were able to establish global operating ventures with a combined enterprise value of more than $500 million. Yeah, to get started, I would like to share some insights on the current state of the market before going into the operating business and our investment process, as well as the financial status and future prospects of the company, before finally opening up for more questions. Yeah, the mass adoption of blockchain technology today is on the same growth path as the internet in the mid-1990s. Think about it. We are at the beginning of the next technological revolution, and we at Advanced Blockchain want to help you to be part of it. We are at the beginning because we had 300 million crypto owners at the beginning of 2022, and today we are close to 1 billion. This is in particular driven through the strong institutional interest in this new asset class, and first products from asset managers and major banks are already established. As an example, 2 days ago, Siemens announced that they just issued a crypto security under the German Electronic Securities Act, where private bank Hauck Aufhäuser Lampe acted as a registrar and paying agent in the transaction. Here you can see the growth rates of cryptocurrencies compared to other traditional asset classes like gold. Especially in the last 2 years, this asset class has gained strong popularity, which was driven by smart contracts and popular cryptocurrencies like Ether, Polygon, and Cosmos. Last but not least, growth was characterized by smart contracts and the variety of application fields such as NFTs. Meanwhile, BlackRock and Goldman Sachs are also launching own products as this is actively demanded by their clients. Yeah, you're certain already familiar with some of the use cases of blockchain technology. The possibilities for optimizing existing processes are almost limitless. However, with a view to Advanced Blockchain and our portfolio companies, there are some concrete use cases I would now like to go into more detail. Deutsche Telekom invested in Polkadot and Cello last year to operate own validators and support the network in the long term. Operating validators to support and promote decentralized networks in the long term is also something we are actively involved with on a daily basis. Here, we even earn passive income through the generated tokens of our validators, which increase our stake in the network. Advanced Blockchain and our team of research associates recognized Polkadot's potential already back in 2017. From this investment alone, we were able to earn more than $5 million, which further helped us to finance other investments. Another example is our portfolio company, Peak. Peak has been collaborating with the Volkswagen Group, and here specifically Audi, for several years, and is now also represented in the German Association of the Automotive Industry, and has other projects with other well-known German industrial companies to implement their technology across the German industry, but also globally. Peak is using blockchain technology to build a decentralized machine economy that works globally. We, as Advanced Blockchain, focus especially on infrastructure projects in Web3 and decentralized finance, as this is where we currently see the most benefit and have had the most success. But more on that later. Yet the number of total people holding cryptocurrencies has increased significantly in the year 2022. As mentioned here, there are now over 1 billion people holding cryptocurrencies. After various events in the last 12 months, such as the Ukraine war and the changed market conditions, the global crypto market has also corrected downwards. We are currently just over $1 trillion global market capitalization. However, despite recent events such as the collapse of the third largest crypto exchange, FTX, there's strong hope for recovery of the crypto market, which is driven in particular by rising interest rates and distrust of traditional currencies. The French manufacturer Ledger, for example, recorded record orders for its cold wallets in recent years. Apparently, the topic of self-custody of digital assets is now coming more and more into focus. In the weeks after the FTX meltdown, billions of dollars worth in Bitcoin were withdrawn from centrally managed crypto exchanges. Additionally, many industry giants are using the time to improve their platforms and further take advantage of blockchain technology. For instance, Google launched its own node hosting service to deploy smart contracts and read or write blockchain data directly in the Google Cloud. Ethereum will be the first blockchain supported in this process. Another example is our portfolio company called Arweave, which recently announced a partnership with Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, to store NFTs in a decentralized way. Arweave is a disk tool that offers blockchain-based data storage solutions. And the protocol accomplishes this by matching people who need storage with those who have additional storage, creating a decentralized network of devices that offer data storage. So what we're really seeing here is an increasing merging of the internet as we know it today and Web3 companies that are not just collaborating on concept projects, but today in 2023, bringing new innovations to the market that will soon be used by hundreds of millions of people. And our belief is that the companies that build the infrastructure are the ones that will end up making money on every single transaction. Yeah, after many years of growth in the asset class, we are currently on the verge of a widespread adoption, driven by the major financial institutions. Here in Germany, Hauck Aufhäuser Lampe was one of the first institutions to receive a permission to launch its own products and even crypto funds for professional and semi-professional investors. Of course, this also has an influence on the number of customer portfolios that hold cryptocurrencies here in Germany, as you can see here on the right. It is only a matter of time before larger funds and insurance companies start to include digital assets in their portfolios. In the German market, there are now many opportunities for investors to invest into the crypto market. However, the case of FTX has shown that self-custody is absolutely essential. It is therefore important for me to point out that we at Advanced Blockchain manage our digital assets almost exclusively ourselves and had therefore no direct exposure to FTX or any of the affiliated companies. Yeah, founded in 2017 as one of the first blockchain as a service companies in Europe, we took part in building the German blockchain industry at a very early stage and conducted proof of concepts with different companies, such as the machine manufacturer DMG Mori or the fashion label Gucci. Already back in 2017, we invested in various global blockchain protocols, such as Polkadot or the Energy Web Foundation, which were still in the development and concept phase at that time. These and other profitable investments enabled us to scale very strongly in the following years and grow into a globally operating company. Currently, Advanced Blockchain and our network of companies employ team members on all continents and have strategic partnerships across the United States, the United Emirates, and Scandinavia. As you can see here, we were recently selected as the German growth champion by Focus and Statista due to our strong growth in the years between 2018 and 2021. We also recently performed a share buyback program to show our confidence in the company and because we see a strong difference between the stock market price and the intrinsic value of the holding portfolio. But more on that later. Yeah, over the past 12 months, we have made very strong progress with our in-house incubations achieving a total enterprise value of over $500 million, which now leads to a total group portfolio valued at $80 million. A total of over $50 million in external funding was raised to actively build and spin out the incubations. The funding rounds have been very successful, which has also led to the high valuations. As you can see here on the right, we have also adapted to the changing market conditions and reacted very quickly by reducing our core team to less than 30 core team members and advisors. Yeah, our business model is based on 3 core pillars, which have enabled us in the past to repeatedly launch our own successful projects and identify unique investment opportunities. The business model is made out of 3 core pillars, which is research, capital, and labs, which I would now like to present in more detail. With our research division, we take a scientific approach based on market reports and due diligence of potential investments by various internal and external analysts, as well as industry experts. Our research team consists of well-known researchers, software developers, and scientists. They perform technical due diligence on new projects, look at the source code, and evaluate it afterwards. When the team discovers a problem with a huge solution opportunity, they pass it on to the management, where an investment decision is discussed and finally made. With our investment division, we aim to use our network of co-investors, which gives us exclusive access to financing rounds for high demand projects at unique entry conditions. In most cases, Advanced Blockchain is able to secure tickets in private and very early stage financing rounds, giving us and our shareholders the opportunity to gain unique exposure in different markets. We have access to one of the most experienced teams of developers and Web3 experts in the industry. We consistently use them to incubate new ventures and raise external funding. In general, Advanced Blockchain receives compensation in form of tokens or equity, as well as cash for previous services rendered. This has helped us in the past to maintain a steady cash flow while also significantly profiting from the success of our incubations. Yeah, in recent years, we have proven that our business model and the interaction between our 3 core pillars have worked very successfully. Not only did we manage to raise over $50 million in external funding with our incubations, but we were also able to launch new innovations in a fast-growing market. The key of our success is certainly the team, which are working in different task forces together to produce the best possible outcome. Our unique approach really is that Advanced Blockchain can cover all fields, starting from research to development, as well as go-to-market campaigns and successfully raising funds to launch the companies in the market. This is a very unique approach and is rarely seen in the space. And we believe this is the key success factor of why we were able to launch these incubations, and ultimately why they are growing faster than ever today. In general, our business model and the combination of these business segments we can cover means that we have a very efficient way of launching these companies. And some of them, and I go into more detail later, we were able to spin out just a few months since conceptualizing the idea internally. Yeah, in 2022, some of our incubations were able to secure millions of dollars in funding, starting with Composable Finance, who recently raised on a combined valuation of $400 million, and were able to secure $32 million from Coinbase, GSR, and others. Advanced Blockchain today is one of the largest token holders. Another project we were able to spin out and transform into an independent company was Quasar. Here, we were able to close this process within a very short time period, and it took us just a few months from conception to the first fundraise. The way this was possible was driven by the strong interest from investors and the exceptional large addressable market which the protocol is after. Therefore, Quasar was able to close 2 funding rounds and raise more than $11 million in just 1 year. Advanced Blockchain sold its stake and earned multiple millions of dollars with this exit and received the entire services rendered in order to build the company in form of a cash payment. Another example is our portfolio company Panoptic, which recently raised $4.5 million from Coinbase, Uniswap, and others. We're extremely excited about this positive outlook of this company because Panoptic is the first perpetual option trading protocol on Uniswap v3. Since its inception in 2018, Uniswap has handled more than $1.2 trillion in transaction volume. As part of the spin-out process, Advanced Blockchain received a cash payment as well as an equity stake in the company. Yeah, to summarize this, incubations which we built in-house have raised a combined value of $53 million from external investors. So far, Advanced Blockchain realized over $3 million in profit from these ventures, which is used to further finance our operations and other investments. Yeah, we invest exclusively with our own capital, and in most cases together with various co-investors with whom we have been collaborating trustfully for many years. These include Andreessen Horowitz, Coinbase Ventures, GSR, or Blockchain Capital, which are all multi-billion-dollar venture capital firms, and in some cases have also made early-stage investments in our incubations, such as in composable finance. We often find these projects through long-term partnerships with other incubators, such as the US venture capital firm SOSV or the Scandinavian incubator Sting, which has co-developed 280 different companies since 2002. We have our capital from successful partial exits of our investments, as we have been successfully investing through all market phases since 2017. As you can see here, the core of our investment process is always our research team, which evaluates potential investment opportunities and then performs a very extensive due diligence. The focus here is on tech DD, which means that our team looks very closely at the code of the respective projects, the development capabilities of the team, and other parameters before presenting the investment case to the management. Together with our partner network of co-investors and advisors, we check whether an investment is attractive at the current time, and by doing so, we focus in particular on project content, timing, and conditions. Yeah, our success is also very much reflected in our portfolio growth. Led by our early stage investments, we now manage 50 companies in our portfolio and always try to identify synergies among them. We are broadly diversified from well-established investments like Polkadot to early stage startup investments, which promise a higher upside potential. Yeah, to give some color to that, I brought an investment example today. And as you can see here, this is an overview of active holdings from one of our investments we did in Permanent Ventures back in 2021. Permanent Ventures is an infrastructure fund focused on the RVF ecosystem and decentralized applications which will exist forever. The fund deployed already half of the $21 million which it raised in some of the investments which you can see here. Advanced Blockchain committed a high six-digit amount to this fund, which was only accessible to selected few investors. Some of the companies you see here already show significant return on investment multiples, and we are confident in the RVF ecosystem, which we know some of the founders personally. The investment in Permanent Ventures reflect a perfect example of the unique early stage deal flow Advanced Blockchain has access to. Speaking in numbers, this means that the fund deployed just over $10 million today and has another $10 million to deploy in the upcoming months. Already today, this means a performance of 196% since our investments, which is a strong indicator for us that the managing partners of the fund are on a good track and have successfully managed to close investments to unique entry conditions. Having access to these kind of funds and networks is a key part of our investment strategy. Our team consistently sources for new ideas, teams, and opportunities. Yeah, GBC published a recent report about Advanced Blockchain and evaluated our portfolio, including all token and equity holdings, at over 80 million euro. Sales and costs were very high last year because of the services rendered for the incubations, but we have scaled down operations lately and are now operating in a very lean team with reduced costs. Due to the changed market conditions, we aim to significantly scale down our incubation operations, but keep identifying new opportunities which the current market offers. Since last year, we are also listed in the growth segment scale of Deutsche Börse, which enables new opportunities in other markets. Yeah, since the end of August, I have been leading advanced blockchain together with my management team listed here. Previously, I was Chief Investment Officer and responsible for identifying new investments and raising external funding for our incubations in the last 3 years. Advanced blockchain recently took the chance to comprehensively restructure and streamline operations, focusing on expanding our presence in other capital markets in the long term. This process was successfully executed in cooperation with our former chairman, Sam Winkel, which resulted in his departure. The company plans to announce further board members shortly and is planning to announce further updates in a shareholder letter towards the end of this month. Michael Geike, the former CEO, is working as managing partner at 21 Oaks Capital, which is also closely connected to advanced blockchain. For this very reason, he continues to act as an advisor to the company. Today, we're just under 30 team members and external advisors working for the group worldwide. Our 2 main offices today are located in Berlin and Dubai. Yeah, we plan to expand our investment portfolio through partner and our network and co-investments and aim to make about 3 to 5 new investments per year. We plan to significantly increase recurring revenue through management and performance fee by acting as research advisor and DD partner for institutional funds. Through our recent listing in the scale segment at Deutsche Börse, we want to identify and use cross-listing opportunities in new markets to launch advanced blockchain globally. Last but not least, we have started to engage with partners who can help us evaluating our unlisted digital assets and include them in the overall portfolio evaluation. We want to take this opportunity and let our shareholders know that this is a complicated procedure where a variety of different valuation methods, for instance, benchmarking, need to be considered. Thank you very much. Any questions? I can see that there's some.
Yes, thank you very much, Simon. I'm sorry, I was muted there. So a second.
No problem.
Yeah, so I can see that you guys have updated your deck, management, everything seems very, very nice. We have a lot of questions actually, so I'm gonna jump in right away. What is your current net asset value? I think you covered that previously. Maybe if you can go back a few slides and restate it. And why are there constantly sellers in the share? Well, first of all, constantly sellers in the share could be done for any company, so let's not discuss too much from it. But maybe more, why did the stock, you believe, has not profit from the recent crypto rebound?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can talk about a big crypto rebound here. Markets still maintain very volatile. In general, I would say, I think what advanced blockchain really is doing is cutting edge tech, meaning that the incubations we produce could really address hundreds of millions of users. And it's very, very untapped potential in my eyes, which can be very not so easy grasped by new investors. And that's why I think here in this country, specifically looking at the German market, our stock has not gained that big of a popularity yet. But as I said during my presentation as well, this is why we also actively look into other markets, engage with partners in other markets. And there's even a scenario where we definitely launch advanced blockchain, maybe also in another market internationally. Regarding the net asset value question, maybe I can, basically reference to the GBC report. whoever asked that question, I think the GBC report about the net asset value gives a comprehensive overview of where we stand with our net asset value. In general, I think it is important to highlight that, as I said, we are engaging with partners who can help us with our unlisted assets. Some of them, or I would even say the majority of them, are held in so-called simple agreement for future tokens, meaning that the tokens were not delivered yet. And that's why it is extremely complicated to evaluate that and then also transform that basically into an accounting method to show the net asset value on a recurring basis. But hands down, I'm full force working on that, and I hope I can present some results soon on that.
Perfect. A very interesting question from Kajafax. How long is it expected to take you to generate recurring revenue from the use of the tokens in your portfolio of technology that you helped develop?
Yeah, we are already doing this today. As I mentioned, for instance, through staking activities. We, for instance, last year re-entered a position in Polkadot, actively using our P2P partnership to stake these Polkadot. Staking, however, is now, given the regulatory issues in the US, a hot topic. So I plan to give some updates towards the end of this month, how our strategy regarding staking has changed. But yeah, recurring revenues are already occurring, and yeah, I can just say that we are planning to expand this. And another kind of anchor or approach which we would like to take now is basically using our research capabilities and providing institutional funds input on selecting tokens, technical due diligence, and ultimately act as research advisor to then secure a part in the recurring management and performance fee the fund is producing.
Perfect. It's 58. We have time for just a few more questions. Is there a need for further capital measures in the future?
No, as I said, we previously announced our share buyback program, where we plan to sell back 8.6% stake. This was not completely done, but we now acquired own shares, and right now there's no need for us to seek for additional capital.
Perfect. What further capital markets could be interesting for you in the future if you would be growing out of Germany?
Yeah, I mean, the most obvious, I think, is Nasdaq. I think the US has a lot to offer. And as I said, what I think is a little bit different is that in a larger market like the US, you will most certainly also find investors which understand, on the one side, the incubations which we produce, the innovations which we are shipping to the market. On the other side, it's the investments which we are doing. And so I remain very positive in that outlook, and we will see when the time is right in order to do such a next step, as I would call it. But yeah, there are obvious interesting markets based on the larger size of it.
Perfect. Well, Simon, we have about 10 seconds left. I don't think we have anything to add on our sides. No more questions. Maybe one came in. What is the profit guidance for 2023? Have you published any up to now?
Not yet, but this will follow shortly.
Perfect. And that's it. Time is up. Thank you very much
for the
presentation, Simon.
Take care. Bye-bye.